Welcome back to Between the Baobabs, where life slows down just a little. So grab a glass of something good as we dive into our next episode with our newest guest, Kelvin Zulu. Kelvin, how are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. Doing
Yeah.
great.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Great.
Very
That's
good.
amazing to hear.
Good. Unfortunately, we don't have Cheska with us today. She, I think, will come and explain in our next episode why that is, because it's her story to tell. But in short, when you are approaching your 30s, you do not have a 10-year-old body. That's all I will say.
Are you sure she's not running away from my questions?
I don't know. If anyone's going to run away from your questions, it should have been me.
Right.
It should, as your student, it should have been me.
Okay.
Actually, now that you mention it, I have a bit of a backache. Maybe we
No, we have to continue. We've already started.
Okay. All right. So Calvin, tell
Yes.
us, how are you doing? What's new with you?
Well, nothing new, but the newest thing is something that is basically normal, but it becomes normal only when you realize about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, to my experience, feels like the older you get, the busier things become, basically life.
Mm-hmm.
The older you become, the more responsibility and life there starts getting busier. So that's how it feels. So that's the newest thing that is happening. Yeah,
You're just getting more
it's
and more
the
busy.
experience exactly. It's getting more and more busy, and yeah. So it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. So, tell us a bit about yourself, seeing as you're here. How was your last week? Although I know how yesterday was because I was a part of it, but
Last
your
week
week
wasn't that far different. It's pretty much the same. I've been on a game drive, like any guide would be. So was on a game drive and just normal game drives, morning and the evening. So yeah, some good sightings.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a good drive yesterday morning. Very heronly
morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Filled with herons. One that I've never seen. One that you haven't seen in a long time, which is the night heron.
Yes.
Yes. And then of course a whole bunch of others like the green-backed heron and the black-headed heron. Yeah. So by the way, if you guys are wondering why I'm slightly a bit more nervous about answering such things, it's because he's actually my lecturer. So there is that added, am I going to get this wrong or not? But yes, it was a very good morning. We even had a leopard sighting, which was cool.
Yeah. Yesterday was a leopard sighting. We saw that. How many did we see? Two in the morning?
Yeah. We saw
Remember
two
the first one,
yes.
and then the second one that was hiding behind the log.
Yes.
But what is interesting, in the night there were 4 sightings of leopards. So it was definitely a leopard day yesterday.
A leopard day yesterday. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I missed the night drive, but that was cool. That must have been cool. Because we were talking last week about our last episode about leopards.
Right.
And we were talking about how often you see leopard here. So in your experience, if you do like not even a week, like 3 days of a trip here in South Luangwa, what are your chances?
How many days did you say?
3.
3 days.
Morning, night.
I would put, so if you have 3 days of stay in South Luangwa, that means you have evening drive, morning drive, evening drive, morning drive. That's about 4 different drives. I would give you 90% chance of seeing a leopard.
Wow.
Yeah. And 90%.
Wow.
Like, yeah, the high chance is definitely you'll see the leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they call it Valley of the Leopard.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. But how about we go on to the things that we find more interesting? Which I know a lot of people find leopards interesting, and I don't judge them. I don't judge them for that. That's why they come here. But of course, then there's our 400 plus bird species.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So how many of those birds do you think you know? In your experience, like if I had to show you a photo of a bird right now, even one of our rarer birds, do you think you'd get it?
No, not every bird.
Not every bird.
So there's some birds that even if you might have an idea of the family where it's coming from, but you need to peruse and see the book and pinpoint which one in particular. So we have 470 birds that exist in here when we have all migratory in. But out of that, I'll be maybe comfortable with the possibly beyond 300 birds. That if you showed me a picture, I'll tell you that's that bird. And then the remaining maybe 100, 150, maybe 170. I might need a reference to see which one really it is. So yeah.
Okay, that's insane. Okay, all right. So how about we jump into who you are as a person, so that people can understand where your knowledge is all coming from and your experience.
Right.
All right. So I hand the floor over fully to you.
Okay, so do you want my name or everything about me? Okay.
Everything and anything you're willing to share. Just remember this is going live, so you can share what you wanted to share.
I don't mind. I'm very proud of myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not at the peak of the world, but very proud of who I am. And my full names are Kelvin Zulu. I'm a safari guide in Zambia, particularly South Luangwa. That's my home. The small town close to South Luangwa, which is Mufue. That's my home. I've worked pretty much all the time in South Luangwa. Few times that I've moved out to other places, but just for a short time. And back home, because this is where it's much more sweeter, right? Yeah. And my journey started long time. So I was born in area that is known as Nagwadia. So that's a chiefdom. I know it sounds weird, but it's a chiefdom that is a human corridor between South and North Luangwa National Park. And this is the place that is occupied by the Bisas. So I'm a very proud Bisa. Yeah, I belong to that tribe of people. But I moved to Mfue when I was 9 years. And ideally, the reason why I moved to Mfue, the place I'm just describing to you, it's wild. Yeah. Like people and wildlife live together. So, and it's very underdeveloped. There's very few schools. Everything is limited there. So my mom, by then, after my dad passed away, she wanted to find a way of how to take me to school. And the schools there were very far. So at 9 years, she couldn't release you to go to school because you'd meet animals on the way. So that time we used to have my cousin from my daddy's family that used to live here. And that's how she wanted to bring me over to stay with her so that I could start going to school. Anyway, story short, at 10, I was already here and started going to school. So my first grade in school was when I was 10. Wow. Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and so started going to school and finished school right here in Full. And started working straight away, training as a safari guide. Of course, after a few things had happened, when I left school, I had no idea what I was going to do because something that was certain.
Many of us end up in that position, yes.
Right. Something that was certain was I didn't have money to go anywhere. Yeah. So I was looking at whatever comes, and I was ready to jump in any kind of work that would help me survive. But then I think there was a natural connection because I was one of the people that loved nature from childhood. Yeah. So the nature connected me to itself. The time I was wondering what to do next, Chipembere Wildlife Education Trust was running a bursary, and they were basically looking for one school leaver that would qualify and train as a guide on their books. So I entered that competition, and luckily I was actually one that they needed. So I was the winner of that bursary competition, and I was taken to Bush Camp Company. By then it was mostly known as Mfue Lodge. So I trained there as a guide for 2 years and became a guide and worked with them for 14 years. Then I moved out of Mfue Lodge, went somewhere else for 5 years. Now with Kafunta for 3 years, and that's all about my journey.
Wow.
so far. But yeah, been great so
Yeah?
far. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, seeing as Jessica's not here, she did send me a few questions.
Is it okay?
Yeah. So, all right. So you've already answered the first one, which is how did you get into guiding in the first place?
Right.
But I quite like the second one. You can answer this as truthfully as you'd like.
Right.
Just building some suspense. What is the wildest or most memorable moment you've had in the bush? Is there... Oh, okay, no, that's another question. Okay, yeah. What is the wildest moment you've had in the bush?
The wildest moment I've had in the
Most
bush.
memorable.
Memorable moments I've had in the bush. Well, I've got a few, but I'll try to mention two, maybe three, that I think they are quite touching, and they are some of those that I really can't forget. The most outstanding one was I always say hippo versus crocodile versus lion.
Wow. Okay.
3 in 1, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So one morning, I think I was at Kapamba, which is one of the bush camp company, doing an evening drive with guests. We bumped into a male lion, beautifully sat on the bank of the river, right at the confluence of Kapamba River and Luangwa River. And this beautiful male was sitting beautifully, and the sunset light was shining nicely, perfect on his mane.
Oh,
So we
wow.
watched him for some time, and we thought of going for sundowner. So we went downstream of the Luangwa River. We stopped for sundowner in the spot where we could actually look into the binoculars and watch him. So as we sat there, we having drinks, I looked in the binoculars. I saw mom hippo and a baby going outside water.
Is that you or the squirrels? Oh, sorry. So, by the way, if you guys are hearing anything, we're recording in Paige's office, and Paige is Mama Squirrel. So, what you hear is it chewing on everything. So, please just ignore the background noise. I thought it was actually Calvin hitting the desk or something, but I had to just make sure. Sorry to disturb. Continue,
No
please.
worries. Yeah. So that mom hippo and the baby, or the young one, came out of water because it was already getting dark. And as I was watching them, this was between us and the male lion. So as we're looking at these hippos, looking beyond them, the male lion that we left on bank got interested, and you could see from his posture changing. He looked literally right where the hippos were. And I was explaining to the guests, say, okay, this might get very interesting. So as I was watching his intent, the hippos kept moving away from the riverbed. Eventually they went into the grassland, and we actually saw the male disappear in the same direction. So we packed everything in a rush, because we want to go see something. When I started driving, I realized something else.
Yeah.
So I talked to the guests, say, you know what? We actually don't have to go anywhere, because whatever happens there, that hippo and the little one will run back to the water.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so what we did then, we went in the path where that hippo and the calf
baby,
walked by, and we parked the vehicle close to that area because I expected them to come back. So I was always explaining this, and we using binoculars to see them in the grass, the hippo tracking them from behind, and the lion tracking the hippo from behind. And eventually, the mom realized that the lion was following them. She turned around and ran towards water. And we could see the mom running first, the calf in between, and the lion was behind. So it was a big riverbed of sand before the water. And this male lion managed to get the hippo literally very close to the water, got the baby hippo. And mom tried to come back out of water to come and fight back, but it was too late. So this male managed to get that hippo. And he was eating it by the water. He was first resting for some time before he started eating.
Well, I mean, it was a big fight.
Yeah, exactly. So after watching for some time, we thought, okay, it's getting really late. Let's get back to the camp. We come and check tomorrow. So we went to the camp. the first thing in the morning we came to check what was happening. So we found this hippo. The lion was really full of the hippo, and the hippo was still there. The meat was still more than enough for him, but it was already full, so he wasn't eating that much. But you could see he was there guarding the kill. There were two hyenas on the side watching, but they can't mess up with the male, so they had to give him good distance. And the next thing we saw, this hippo was big enough that the lion was not able to see on the other side. So the hippo was in between the lion and the water. And as we were watching, we saw this monster crocodile coming out towards outside water, going towards the hippo. And this lion was mostly looking our direction, so he didn't see the crocodile coming. All he realized was that the hippo started shaking because the crocodile got a chunk on the other side and was trying to cut the piece. And this male got up.
He doesn't like sharing.
Looked on the other side, saw the crocodile, made 2 steps backwards, and jumped right in the head of the crocodile. A bite on the neck, and that was it. The crocodile was dead. This guy dragged the crocodile between the hippo and the water, all the way around the hippo, and the crocodile was now
the new food.
The new food.
Exactly.
That's crazy. He started biting the crocodile straight away, and it was having some chance. That is really one of the most outstanding, exciting. And second one, it normally sounds very normal, like it's something that could happen. But why it's so memorable? It was unexpected, and the way it happened just took so much of our visual to watch it. So very small stretch of water on a drying lagoon and covered in Nile cabbage. We stopped there because we were watching zebras.
Okay.
The zebras are coming to drink, and including me, I did not expect there could be a crocodile there.
So it was a very small bit of water.
Yeah, small bit of water, like a trench, basically a trench. There was lots of mud, a bit of water, and a Nile cabbage covering the top. But this crocodile was basically hiding in the mud. Okay? And the cabbage was covering the crocodile's head, so no idea the crocodile was there. And these zebras are coming to drink, and they all started drinking from nowhere. There was mud and water splash all over. And we were caught by surprise, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Of course, the strength of crocodile is basically water. They need to, whenever they grasp something, they need to drown it into the water to kill. But there was no water there. And this was a monster crocodile, was also a big zebra. And this was a big fight.
Wow, okay.
The zebra was trying to save itself. The crocodile was trying to get a meal. As simple as that, But the drag went on for a long time, splashing the mud. Sometimes you think the zebra is winning the battle, like the pull of the crocodile outside water. And then eventually the zebra loses strength. The crocodile pulls the zebra in the mud. This went on for some time.
Wow.
And eventually we think the zebra got really tired.
Yeah.
And the crocodile managed to drag this zebra into the mud and straight away continued dragging it along the trench to the deeper pool, and it was the meal of the day. That's
that's incredible.
Incredible sightings, memorable sightings I've had.
Yeah.
The third one was also quite an unusual thing that was interesting because by then I was at Kuyenda Bush Camp, one of the bush camp company again. And the manager there was Phil Berry. So this is a legend that had been lived in the valley for a long time. And he was managing the camp alongside his girlfriend, but then they were not married, Babette. And they were all considered legends of the valley. They've been around for a long time. So I had guests there, and we took a night drive. So this night drive was like normal, like any other game drive,
Yeah.
right? So
In the beginning, at least.
yeah.
So you thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So leisurely we drove along the river and just in front of Chichere here, opposite between Chichere and the Kafunta, where I am now. And on the other side of the river, I came across, first was one leopard.
Uh-huh.
And when I look behind it, it had two cubs.
Cute.
Okay.
Okay.
But they were not stopping or doing anything interesting. They were just walking.
Uh-huh.
So then I realized it's actually hot. It was around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's unusual that leopard is moving with cubs this time of the day.
Uh-huh.
Normally they should be seated somewhere and maybe playing around and stuff like that.
Yeah, in the shade.
In the shade.
Relaxing.
But seeing her walking with cubs,
Yeah.
then raised questions in my head. So I was explaining to the guest, say, okay, looks like possibly she's got a cue where she's going. So wherever she's coming from, she might have gone to collect the cubs, and she's leading the cubs to the queue because this time she should be sitting down, the cubs playing, waiting for the evening before she goes back to hunting. So anyway, it was what I thought, and so I explained, say, let's try to follow her. So we followed this leopard, and just like I thought, she got to a tree. And she looked round. There was hyena already sitting on the ground.
Already waiting.
Before we saw the queue, there was a hyena, and that started confirming my theory that there was actually a queue somewhere. And we looked up the tree. There was a puku. So she got up the tree, and the cubs got up the tree. She let the cubs eat. As you know, they eat one at a time.
Yeah. Is there a stage at which cubs can't climb? Or is it something?
The moment they start moving around, they're able to climb.
Okay.
When they're born, they are helpless, then they can't climb. But the moment they start being active, that's an art that they need to learn as fast, as quick as possible.
Yeah, because they're small, so they need that to actually eat. Yeah.
And they started eating. The next thing, I hear alarm calls from Impala on the other side. And then I look in the binoculars. I see a leopard coming, another leopard.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, another leopard. So these were actually two previous cubs of her. And she let them join on a queue. So they all jumped up, they pushed the little one away, one at a time. They all had their shares. The last thing is another big male showing up. Now, what was even more fun is that this tree wasn't really a big tree. It was a small Natal mahogany. Now I'm looking at this tree. All the lower branches are covered with leopards. At the same tree, we had 6 leopards.
Whoa.
A big male, the mom with the 2 little cubs, and her previous litter of 2. So all of them were on one tree with one puku.
Can I ask, you know how humans, like if you have twins in your family, chances are you also carry that gene to have twins. Right. Is it the same with leopards?
So for them, it's normally have a litter of 3 or 2. Yeah. Okay. So if they have one that's like okay, but it's not common for the leopards. They normally have 2, 3. Only that the mortality rate may be quite high.
So normally they end up with
one surviving and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and then what was catching is when we got to the camp, the guests were explaining to feel very say we had seen 6 leopards on one tree. And you could see the change on his face, right?
The questions.
No, you can't be.
This is not possible.
This beginning of it, he thought it was a pure joke. Until we saw the pictures, and that's when you could see again another flash on his face.
This is AI. This was before AI.
If it was now, people would say this is pure AI, right?
Fake news.
And they said, the most I've seen is 5 leopards, but they were not in one tree. They were in the same area. You could see them at one time, but they were in different trees. 5 leopards.
That's crazy.
And he named the place where he saw them, that was Chipela, which is northern of Main Gate.
Yes.
But he had never seen six in one tree. So that was another memorable stuff that I've seen in the bush.
6 leopards, my goodness.
Right, yeah.
And whenever I come back with my 3 leopard sighting, I think it's the most cool thing in the world.
Right.
Because like I saw Lucy with her 2 cubs, but they were quite grown. I mean,
Right.
Lucy let her cubs go very late in life. She let them stick around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Do you think that's probably because of the hunting advantage?
Yeah, there was a point, Lucy, actually, myself and Chilumba,
Mm-hmm.
we were there once witnessing. This is something that you never read in a book.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a few people might have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw Lucy hunting with the 2 boys.
Yeah.
Teaming up, hunting like lions. And this is not what you hear.
No.
Us guides talking to the guests say leopards can hunt like that.
They hunt solitarily.
They hunt solitarily. We're watching Lucy and her cubs walking around, and as they were walking on the road, in front there was an impala. They all looked at an impala. They looked at each other. The 2 cubs went the opposite direction. One went on the right, the other one went on the left. And they all went almost to the other side. And they pushed the impala towards Mom. And she got the impala.
Wow. Okay.
That's exactly what lions would do, right?
Yes.
But we talked about that with Chirumba for a few days. Say,
how?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But possibly that's an instinct. Because straight away they realized, okay, we are 3 here.
We might as
This is what we can do.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be taught, I guess.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, she might have also let them be. There was one male, possibly you saw that the one of the 2 boys, one is very active and started hunting like a few months before the other way. I even let them go. The other one purely depended on Mom, and that would possibly let her allow them to be with her for longer because the survival of that last boy was more dependent on Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And she must have known that and been like, Mom instinct, let them stick around.
Let them stick around for some time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't normally think of these animals as very maternal because...
Of course.
Because, I mean, survival of the fittest out there and competition for food. But clearly, if you're hunting like lions, then you're benefiting.
You're benefiting from it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Back to Cheska's list of questions.
Right. What's the next one?
Is there an animal you still never get tired of seeing? I think I know the answer.
People probably know the answer.
I think I know that one.
There's so many beautiful animals out there, but yeah, the animal that I really enjoy watching is no other than baboon. The reason again is very simple. It's the one you know already.
Yeah.
So you can't spend 2 minutes watching baboons without having a question that has no answer.
That has no answer.
Exactly.
That's so what I like.
They always
there's
leave
no
you.
logic.
Yeah. Like, why did they do that?
Why? What?
Yeah. What's the point of doing that?
Oh,
so
like
that for me, it's a cardinal point why I like baboons.
Yeah.
They always give me lots of chances or opportunities to possibly question myself more.
Question their behavior.
Yeah.
And also
always entertaining.
So funny. It's so funny. I remember I asked this, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I asked you this question, like, what's your favorite animal? And then Kelvin told me it's a baboon. And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. And then later on in the week, I think it's just been this whole week, I've seen at least every second day something that a baboon has done. And I've been like, that's exactly what Kelvin was talking about. This is the stupidest thing. What are you doing? Oh, no. Especially here at Kafunta River Lodge. They swim in the hot tub. And then there's that stream below the hot tub where they jump in. I will post the video on our stories that I showed Kelvin and I sent to Kelvin, and we just sat there laughing for a good 2 minutes about these stupid things. And then yesterday morning we were driving into the park and there was that one baboon. he sat there watching us, and next thing is he just shows us his teeth, but not in a laughing way or like in a, he just, I don't know how to explain it. What was he doing? Like he was.
What reminded me was when we were kids at school,
Uh-huh.
teachers would walk by and say, if you cleaned your teeth, and he was opening the mouth in that way, you would leave the teeth closed, but the lips open, like showing you how the teeth clean are.
Exactly. Yes, he was just showing us he brushed his teeth. That's what it was.
Yeah. But yeah, that's baboon for you.
So entertaining. So entertaining. Funniest thing that's happened while training a new guide.
Okay. Funniest thing that have happened while training.
If you don't want to insult a previous guide, you can use me as an example.
Right. Yeah. In a good way, we can talk about it because it's also a learning process, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's so many things again that are fun with when
training someone.
Someone is learning to know something, and I think the most funny aspect of it is you have people that, but this I think is also how natural things are. You have people that are really, really keen at learning, and they really want to learn the stuff. And you have people that like they already know the stuff.
Oh, okay.
They already know the stuff. All they need is maybe just a guidance. Like you see, most of the part of guiding is an art.
Yeah.
So you might know all your stuff, but you need the skill. How are we gonna
interpret it?
How to
regurgitate the knowledge.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I wouldn't really say fun thing, but there are lots of scenario where you think the person knows what he's doing, and then
he proves you wrong.
Exactly. What you expect and what they put out is completely wrong. So I took a walk the other time. This is real scenario. I had the 13 trainers, the people that were training, the 13 trainees with me. We took a walk, and during the walk we came across 3 bull elephants. Okay. Now the basis or curriculum of the guiding now is based on interpretation of behavior. And I explained, I don't know how many times I explained to the boys and girls that time, the same day, what we were out there for. Okay. I explained several times, say, please, whenever you come across the subject, introduce the subject as a first point, make an introduction of the subject, then second point, before you do any other things, please make sure to mention some behavior of the behavior that you see. Right. Now, we come across 3 elephants in a waterhole. And while there, I kept quiet. And I shouted very silent to say, 1 volunteer, please. And this gentleman, that I was very confident.
You were confident in him.
Very confident in him.
And he's confident in himself.
Of course.
Of course.
He raised the hand. And he goes in front of everyone and says, gentlemen and ladies, we are looking at bull elephants. Okay, introduction was perfect.
It didn't say breeding herd.
No, it said bull elephants.
Okay.
Now, these bull elephants, they were right in the water, feeding on vegetation in the water. One of them was splashing water on the back. So that elephant was pouring water on its back. One was eating. The other one kept an eye on us, okay? Like observing what's going on. And this gentleman started very well. Here we're looking at the bulls, a bull of elephant bulls. There are 3 of them. All of them are males. You can tell they're males because of the forehead, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing he says, where I was expecting him to say, what they're doing now is this. The next thing he says, elephants live in the matriarchal society.
And there's no matriarch there.
And before I said anything, it was his friends that were went like, So those kind of scenarios are the ones that get you to say, okay, I still have some work. So they're not really funny, but
Yeah,
sometimes you get to the point because
you learn
what
why
it
you're the
sticks
teacher.
exactly.
Yes.
What it sticks in people's mind is theory, and this is where it gets really interesting. What people read in the book, they want to put it out in the bush.
Yeah.
So because in the book we always read elephants are social animals, they live in matriarchal society, the oldest females are leaders. And if the guides that don't have that skill, that's exactly what to put up. Even when there is interesting behavior of two boys fighting, they want to rush to that information.
Yes.
Yeah, and the guests will be wondering why the elephants are doing that. So what is interesting or what is more important is for us as trainers to tell the trainees, say, okay, the first thing you do is try and put your emphasis on behavior explanation.
Yeah.
And then these other knowledge of information you can put as a surplus. Normally you would bring those when you've interpreted the behavior and you see that it's calm. There's no other behavior to explain, then you move on to the society or the social of animals and other things.
That's if you want to.
If you want to. And most of the time, there will be questions from the guest.
Yes.
They'll ask you, say, okay, so what is the relationship there?
Yeah.
If this is a mom and the young one, that's when now you can easily go into their social structure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Have I given you one of those moments?
Not yet.
You can be on. Oh.
No, I'm very honest. Okay. I'm impressed with you, so.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Because I was bragging on our last episode. I was like, guys, I'm feeling so good. I'm just like, I'm getting into it. I was on a game drive and I was feeling, those moments. I actually asked you this yesterday. I was like, did you ever have a moment early on in your career where you felt this is for me?
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And you said yes.
Yeah.
I had that moment 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I was on a game drive and I was with Nettie and we'd seen a pack of dogs and I started going into like behavior and like all this other stuff that they're doing because they're busy calling one of the members of the pack was not with them and kind of lost from the pack.
Right. And
you could see them calling constantly. And so I turned to Nettie and I'm like, can I chat? Can I talk?
Yeah.
And I had an itch in me, like one of those itches that's under the skin. You can't reach it. And I was like, can I just please? And he goes, sure. So, but at first I told him what I was gonna say before I told them.
Right.
And even he was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I explained to him because this is something Henry taught me.
Right.
So Henry's been on the podcast before.
Right.
And obviously he's ZCP specialist, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I started saying, no, they've adapted their call to actually sound more like a bird or like bird-like than predator because there's so many big predators in this area. And of course, dogs are vulnerable to that because they're a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And I explained this to the guests and I could see this look on the guest's face that was like, oh, we get, that makes so much sense. And, and then the next night, I bumped into, I was hosting the guests. So obviously here I've got two jobs. I'm a guide and a host. Training guide. And I went and I was talking to them host-like.
The training guide is a guide, so it's okay.
Thank you. So I was standing in front of the one of the guests that was on the vehicle. And he says to me, I just have to tell you something. I've been on many safaris, blah, blah, blah. But you have so much promise. And I was like, I don't have words to describe what I was feeling in that moment. Right. But I remember because the feeling I had innately about how I was feeling in that moment. And then, of course, hearing it from outside sources. And then I jumped the next morning, ran to you, look what I did. And it was all just full circle for me.
Great, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, you've had one of those. You had that moment.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Do you remember it specifically, or was it just slow?
No, I do. I definitely do. There was a time that I was 100% focused on guiding, and day and night I was thinking about guiding. There was nothing else going on in my life. I wake up, I'm thinking about guiding. I go to sleep, I'm thinking about guiding.
Yes.
I'm planning about tomorrow's activities
Yes.
in the evening, right? Even when I go home, I will drive tomorrow, I'll be thinking about the drive. Okay. That was definitely the time, that was peak of my, I think, my guiding career. But one thing that stands the most that I still remember, of course, this art is a bit like moved away from me for some reason, not for a bad reason, for some reason, because I've been engaged in other things.
Yeah.
So this time I'm talking about, I can tell you a few factors that makes me think like that. Okay. So there's so many times that I could easily find a leopard kill by smell.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So I could be driving around. For example, I was driving around at night, and we drove under the very big tree, and I smelled fresh blood. And I stopped the car. I was telling the guests, I can smell the blood here. Can you smell anything? They said, no. And then
it's a very metallic smell. Hey?
Yeah, of course. I reversed back. I asked the spot to shine around the tree, and the leopard was literally behind, on top of the vehicle, like above the tree. So that's one. And secondary, the lions, similar things. I could smell path of the lions, droppings of the lions, and even in the grass, we would say, okay, I can smell either lions here or lions droppings. And most cases would be lions sleeping in the grass.
So you're basically like a bloodhound.
Right. So I got to that point, similar to even interpreting the books, like using the bed book. There was a time I would just happily say, okay, open 220, let's say 27, you're going to find the paper-crested turako there, or things like hornbills. I'll give you the page without me touching the book.
Wow.
Because that's exactly what I was only doing.
You lived in the book.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. Yeah. So those are the moments I'm talking about.
Did you have that before? Like, because obviously I'm not guiding yet, not fully.
Right.
I'm still going into transfer guide, which is like before you even start touching the park.
Yeah, I understand.
Which is frustrating for me because that moment has just made me itch for it more.
Right.
But yes, before you became a full-time, like going in.
Double.
Yes. Was there a moment that you were like, I'm glad I went down this way?
So again, back to the story that I told you about when I left school.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going to happen. The moment I got, so let me maybe give you a clear picture of what happened there.
Please.
So when this advertisement was out for bursary competition, we were 38 people that applied for it. School leavers. We wanted, all of us wanted one spot. Okay. So at the beginning, I was more reluctant. I was like, whatever happens, I don't really care. It's just, I'm just giving it a try.
Yeah.
Okay. But
just
I was
seeing how
treasuring the chance that if I get it, I'll get it with two hands.
Yes.
So the first time.
Hands and nails, claws in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first competition was the interviews, oral interviews. We did that, and a set of us were picked. I think we were left about possibly 15, 14, I can't remember exactly. And then that set of 14, I was there. And then there was a set of tests, written tests, as another part of competition. So this test was basically based on what we are learning in school, in conservation clubs, about basics, about wildlife and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was streamlined to 10, and I was among of 10. Okay. Now, when it got there, I started thinking, okay, I'm seeing a chance here.
Yeah.
Because now it got to the point where I could actually know everyone that was left in a group. And I knew everyone, and I would look at myself and say, okay, I can give myself a chance here.
Yeah.
Okay, we went again for the second set of interviews.
Yeah.
Oral interviews, and 6 of us were left. The rest were eliminated. 6 of us were still in the competition. We had again to sit for a written test. The second one, written test.
Yeah.
And only 2 of us were left. So I was one of the 2 went going for the finals.
Wow.
And there I was definitely giving myself 90% chance. Because I knew the guy that I was standing against, he was my best friend.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I knew that I was already better than him, unless something happened.
Unless he suddenly became some genius.
Exactly. So at that point, the organization that had put up that competition gave hands up and handed us to the lodge that wanted that the sport to train the guys. So it was up to the lodge now to choose one of the two.
Okay.
And what the lodge has to do was basically to set up interviews, oral interviews between me and the guy. So we were told the day of interviews, and we went for interviews. And two directors sitting in the panel, and the operation manager, but then was the late Mr. Mtimba.
Yeah.
And asking questions. And after interviews, we had a chat with my friends. How did you go?
Yeah.
I told him, I feel like I've got it.
Oh.
Yeah, because the end of interviews was so relaxed, so flexible. Yeah. Everyone was very happy. Say, no, we're very happy to have you here.
I love that moment in an interview.
Exactly. So I was very open to my friends. Say, I think I've got it this one. Yeah. And we laughed about it because we are friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good. At least it wasn't good. It was in good faith. Yeah.
So it wasn't like really a bad thing. Right?
No.
I think he understood it. Up to now, we're still friends.
Oh,
He's
good.
now an electrician working at is at Norman Car. So yeah.
Okay. But good.
From that moment, I started taking
guiding seriously,
and I knew this is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just the interest that I had already, I just had to put some extras on it.
I can't imagine you being anything else, to be honest, other than a teacher, of course.
Yeah. Again, teacher is something that came because of guiding.
Yes.
So again, how I got it, it's several times I would guide the guest.
Yeah.
And they would come to me and say, "Do you realize that you're a very good teacher?" At first, I took it like it's a normal thing, right?
Great, thank you. Yeah,
but then it got like a few other groups of people saying the same one. Let me think about this. And then there was an opportunity that came up. I said, okay, let me take it. So I did a small course online for teaching and got a qualification, and now I'm doing a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I finish that one, then I'm full-time qualified director. So. But again, it came from the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the guest that actually discovered it more before me.
Yeah. Which tends to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other people see what's in you before you do.
Before you do. Yeah. But if you ask me between the two, I would definitely be more of a guide than a director. I like teaching, but teaching and enjoying
guiding, they have to go together.
They have to go together.
You can't give. No.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. Yeah. No, because I've had similar things. Like I've told a few people, like, no, I'm going into guiding, and some of them have been like, "What took you so long?"
Yeah.
You were supposed to do this years ago, but you've been stuffing around doing everything else. And now you're telling me, and I'm like, oh, if you knew, why didn't you say something? But yeah, no, that's crazy. And you're a great teacher, by the way.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed all your lessons so far.
Thank you.
Not that I'm supposed to be giving you feedback.
That's okay. It's good sometimes to hear good things. We hear a lot of bad things. So
we do. People tend to lead with what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
I actually funny enough, I had a teacher in school, and he once, like, we were doing this big lesson or something, and he stopped the whole lesson to teach us a personal lesson.
Right.
So not like no longer mathematics, but we're moving on to like, you're going to need this in life. And he drew a circle on the board, and he drew a dot in the middle, and he goes, "What do you see inside the circle?" What would you say? What do you see inside the circle?
A dot.
A dot.
Yeah.
That dot's a mistake that you make. This circle is your life. Yeah. That little black dot is your mistake.
And everyone.
And you've seen the mistake.
On that one.
But what about all this white space?
Yeah.
Not one person mentioned the white space.
Yeah.
And that's all the good stuff you do. Everything you do right, that's the white
No
space.
one notices
No one
until
says
you make a
anything.
mistake.
Until you
Exactly.
make the mistake.
That's how life is.
Unfortunately. But yes. Okay, I'm going to move off of all of these questions. I'm going to go into, I think Cheska can come back and ask all of these questions when we've got another episode with you.
Okay, right.
So that she's still got material. I'm going to go with some of my own questions now.
Okay.
Now, I want to shift from the guiding, because I think we've talked a lot about it. But I want to go into things that we've spoken about already, which is culture. And you say that you are a very proud Bisa.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a bit?
With the capital B-I-S-A. Bisa, yeah.
I'll be sure to write it that way.
Right.
On our posts and stuff.
Right.
But Mr. Bisa, would you please tell us a bit about the culture, the belief system, bit background, all of that? Because I mean, I think there's a lot of cultures in Zambia that are just fascinating, and I think this is one of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bisa is not a very big group of people, very small, but they have a very rich culture, very rich traditional culture, and what is more, what is the reality up to today? Is that these are people that have lived typically in the world. They've lived in the world for a long time. The beginning of it up to date, of course, I think the time I'm talking to you is not the same as the time I left. Okay, in the sense that most of people have left from there because they're looking for a developed place.
Yeah.
Mostly for the reasons like mine that I gave you. Mom wanted
School.
me to go to school and stuff like that. But also people want to go to the cities where they can get the job and stuff like that. But we still have people that live there, and the heritage and the culture still carries on. Of course, it might be getting diluted, but there's still some elder people that we might have kept it. So this is a group of people that have lived, and of course they're part of the Bantu people, and they moved to that area a long time. Just to give you a bit hint of what I know of at my age, normally I would get this from mom. These are people that got there and there was pretty much no connection to any kind of society at some point.
Okay.
So I would live a proper typical bush life.
Okay.
And
hunters,
gatherers, and stuff like that.
But with tools.
Substance of farming.
Yeah.
And what is very interesting is there was a point, religion has been long existing in Zambia.
Religion is everywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, from the moment your brain starts to think about where do I come from, you start to think of religion.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a point that these people could actually worship another human as God. Right. So it's a very interesting story. I wish I had more details, but this was a woman that possibly claimed to be God.
Okay.
Yeah. And people would actually worship her. If you don't, you have a problem. Okay. So she had her own people and like angels, but they were basically like officers making sure people worship this lady. And this carried on for a long time before they realized the truth. And this truth was only broken by the European explorers. So there was a point that these European explorers passed through the Bisa land and they noticed that this trend was going on and said, no.
Not David Livingstone?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Hands up. I don't want to say something that I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, said, no, this is wrong. This is a person like you. You can't see God. Right. So, so you cannot really see God. So that's when the Bible started getting introduced. But there was still a big challenge because there were no schools.
Yeah.
Okay. People could count, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and could say the words in our local language, but reading, and it was still a problem. So the Bible really wasn't effective in this area.
Yeah.
Okay, education system wasn't there. So the next thing that came about is the belief of using ancestors.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what I remember more. So anything that would go wrong in the village, they would call on their ancestors to help them get out of that messy. So this is where now, instead of worshiping a human being, they would actually go and worship a tree. They would organize, people in the village would organize themselves. They'll make some brewed beer, and they'll make a small hut by the tree, and make a hole under that hut where they would actually pour the beer, like feeding the ancestor with the beer, so that they are
So they
excited.
come and they
And people will sat around this tree and worship, and then they think they would get help that way. So these are quite a few elements that stands out in my memory that I still remember up to date.
Yeah.
They were quite a big deal.
Yeah.
But like I said, possibly more diluted now. And
as life goes on. Yeah.
Exactly. As life goes on, these things have been getting diluted. But again, we would live with hyenas, lions, elephants everywhere. I'll tell you one scary story of my childhood from the same place. So, because we're living in such an environment where it's in the bush, most of it was waterlogged area. So you have, we had to look, but then our parents would look for high ground where to build houses.
Yeah.
But then this high ground would be not fertile for farming. So you have houses like that would be 3-4 kilometers away from your farmland.
Yeah.
So you move from this place in the morning, you go to the farm, and you come back in the evening.
Yes.
So we could travel in groups, females, males sometimes, but most would be females and kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to the field, you carry out all your food, and you cook your lunch there. You come back in the evening. Okay. After doing farming, you come back in the evening. So one very funny story about my life. Maybe I'll tell you.
I thought this was a scary story.
It is a scary story.
Okay.
And
But funny.
I've told my mom already.
Okay. So there's no worry about
almost
her.
3 times almost killed by an elephant. So I've already told my mom, say my death won't come from an elephant, because on 3 times the elephant has failed.
On 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, and 3rd time wasn't the charm.
Yeah. So that day it wasn't a good day. We went to the farm. On the way back to home, to the village. It was a bit dark, but traveling with women and we were kids. They would be busy chatting. And there was a big head of elephants ahead of us, but it was a bit dark, like in the dusk part of the evening. And as we were walking through, the elephants got the voices, and I think we were too close. The elephants just straight away trumpeted and charged.
Okay.
Everyone ran away apart from me. Okay? As everyone was running, I stumbled on the ground.
You started throwing a tantrum at the elephant.
Right. I was on the ground. The only thing I remember seeing was looking up. I was actually under an elephant. For some reason, didn't step on me, because that was going to be the end.
He was like, "You're one of us. You're stamping."
Possibly it was just by the grace or by chance that the step did not come right on me, but she possibly jumped somehow. But I remember looking up. I was under the elephant, and they were everywhere running, and they all ran toward the running group, leaving me behind. As people got home, I wasn't there, because even after the elephant had gone, I lost the orientation. I didn't know where to go.
Oh no.
So what I did then, I decided to sit down. So I just sat down, and the next thing I heard after some minutes is people crying. Because they
Kelvin
thought I
is
was
dead.
killed. Okay.
Oh no.
So now I started following the voices, where the voices were coming from. The crying people, where the people cried from. So I was heading the direction, and the next thing I saw is the group of men coming to look for me. They
Okay.
possibly were
Looking
hoping
for
to
the
find
body.
the dead Kelvin. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
no.
met them alive, and they
Mhm.
were happy. Went back, everyone stopped crying.
I didn't
So
think you were a ghost.
yeah. So that was the first attempt of elephants trying to
Uh-huh.
kill me. So
That's
yeah,
the first.
that's the first. You're not gonna hear the second because yeah, there are just so many instances with
No second story.
No, thank you.
Or third.
One is enough.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Maybe next time you'll
Next time I'm here, yeah, might
you give us another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you have to come on a minimum of 3 episodes so that we can hear all 3 stories.
Maybe.
Maybe. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, when it comes to elephants, what's your number one piece of advice for surviving? Clearly, you're the professional.
Yeah, honestly, this is what I tell people. On a professional level, lots of people tell you stand still, don't run. Of course, stand still, but I'll tell you one important thing: respect them.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to stand still if you respect them. Give them enough distance.
Give them space.
Give them space.
Yeah.
They don't see you, you watch them, you don't have to stand still.
No.
Okay. So don't put yourself in a position where the elephant is coming and then you're thinking, should I run? Should I stand still? No. So if you respect the animals, especially elephants, give them space, give them a distance.
If you're really respecting them, then they won't change their behavior.
Exactly. Yeah.
Guess who taught me that? No, but my mom used to say that too. She's like, respect nature because nature's big.
Yeah, exactly.
And the moment you lose respect for nature, it'll lose respect for you.
Yeah.
And then you turn into nothing. It'll put you in your place, and your place is in the ground.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Anything else on the Bisa people?
I think those are mostly touching, but again, the way of life is the area, like I said, very remote. Most of people there live on fishing.
And they're still there?
They're still there.
Still where you were born?
Where I was born from.
Yeah.
There's a village there. There are people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go there because my dad used to be a village headman. So his relatives are still
there.
Running the show there. So I could go there and claim to be a headman.
Right. But you wouldn't want to do that?
No, not now.
No.
Not in future, yeah. After retiring. Right?
Yeah, after retirement, then you just go sit there and like, I own this.
You know what, actually, if I was to go back there, I would go back with a very big project. Well, it's a very good wildlife area.
Okay.
So, if I had all the resources I needed in the world,
I
would put up a beautiful lodge, beautiful camp, and have a plane flying there. Then it's heaven again because that's untouched area. When it comes to wildlife, it's pure, remote, untouched, natural, raw. I
mean, you'd have to teach the elephants to listen for cars and not care.
Of course, yeah.
Same things with the cats.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, I think that's the biggest issue we have with leopard sightings.
Yeah.
A lot of them just don't like the cars.
They don't like the cars. So.
Whereas, like, you get the famous leopards, like Lucy, who just does not care. She'll use the car for hunting. Yeah. Like, she's... But, I mean, it wouldn't be the same up there.
Yeah. So that would be different, completely different, because it's very remote.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that work with the Robin Pope should know better because they have the mobile safaris around Mpamazi. Yeah. When you cross Mpamazi, you're basically in that corridor I'm talking about. And sometimes they would go there just to spend time in the village. So they possibly have a feel of what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Crazy. So the nearest town from that place is Mpika. Yeah. And that's far. Very interesting that people would actually raise chicken for years to have more chicken and then make a basket, put 10 chickens in the basket. They walk for 2 days to get to Mpika to sell chickens. So that's the scenario that you expect when you're in that area. Wow. Yeah. And they're not worried about those... Nowadays, people have got lots of bicycles, so very few would walk on foot. But they will cycle a bike for the whole day to get to that place. A leopard and lion wouldn't take curiosity into those chickens? Wow. It's by chance, right? There will be one of those days when things don't go well.
Do you know what
Normally lions, leopard would be scared of humans.
Yeah.
But then you have 1 or 2 instances where tables could turn. Yeah. So,
do you know what I'm seeing in my head?
no.
It's like, he's going with his bicycle and his chicken, and he's busy going, and this lion shows up and he throws one of the chickens, continues going as payment. Like, just leave me alone. Here's a chicken.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that's an area you have to imagine. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nowadays, lots of them have got bicycles. They ride to pick up within a day. And some of them come here. A week ago, one of my childhood friend called me, said, I'm in full. Unfortunately, I didn't see him because I was here at work.
Yeah.
But he came to sell chickens.
Oh.
Yeah. He sent a message, I'm here, I'm selling village chickens.
He didn't have to donate one chicken to the lions? No. That's just a fun image I have in my head. All right.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Yes.
There's also an area up there that's known for the tree, the wood, the stone trees, basically.
Right.
That's the only way I can put it in my head right now.
Right.
My
as a guide, you say petrified wood.
Thank you. I was looking for that. It was in the archives. It was in the archives.
Right.
See, this is those moments we were talking about.
Right. But I'm not disappointed.
Okay, good. As long as you're not. I mean, I could explain it to a guest that way. I mean, stone trees.
Yeah, stone trees.
How cool.
You mean the same thing, right?
Yeah. So there's the petrified forest up there.
Yes.
Do you want to give us a little snippet of what that's like?
Okay, that's one of, again, on a personal level, I think I'm a bit disappointed with our national heritage. I think we have National Heritage Society. And the first time I looked at that, I was thinking, what are we doing with this? And for how long have this been here?
Yeah.
What have we done with this?
We haven't marketed it. We haven't.
Nothing known about it.
No one.
Right. Now, I'm talking about the area that will be approximately, I may be absolutely wrong in terms of size, but I would think the area would be approximately 20-25 kilometers long by maybe another 5-6 kilometers wide.
Wow.
All this area is covered in petrified wood. Now, when I say petrified wood, I don't mean the wood that would be a circumference of 10 centimeters. Okay? Some of them have got a circumference of 100 plus. Big wood. Okay? And they're lying down there. Some of them most of them actually still have the shape of the tree lying on the ground. Like proper specimen of archaeological facts.
I remember you did an all-day drive up that way.
We did.
Yeah.
That's how actually I had to see most of it, because first time I saw it was just like randomly one, and then we had guests that were really interested in seeing that part of it. So we took the full day drive on that side. And that's when we had to see that there's actually more to see. Yeah. But interesting is how those trees came about. One of the guests actually gave me a proper lecture that made lots of sense.
You also learned that.
Yeah, I learned that day.
As a teacher, you are being taught.
Of course, learning never ends. So I got curious. How could they have come about? So his explanation was straightforward. You're possibly talking about 50,000 or more years ago that the valley was underwater, like proper under flood. And every tree, every vegetation that year was covered in sand and soil. Completely change of scenery, completely change of formation.
Okay.
Those trees were covered, buried by sand. Okay. Now, because they were buried in such a deep that there was no water and oxygen reaching to them at some point the next few years, there was no way they would actually decompose.
So there's no way they turn into like coal
Exactly.
or anything like that.
Yeah. So the only way they have to is to turn into rocks.
Okay.
Because oxygen is not reaching them. They cannot
Nothing's reaching them.
Exactly. So the piling of that soil made them to be the rocks after thousands of years. Now, as the Earth's movement is continuous and not static, they might have an Earth movement that would push them again from the bottom to the top. And this is the reason why in the same area where we found them, there are small mountains. So that push of those mountains coming out would have exposed them again to the surface. And with erosion happening every year, we see more and more. So it's quite interesting.
Because like also like you and I talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys will be hearing a lot of me talking about yesterday. We talked about a lot of stuff. But you mentioned, like, imagine how many hills there used to be here and how big they used to be.
How big they used to be.
Because we were crossing over the river and you were like, this was all supposed to be on top there.
Yeah.
But it's now sand on the river.
Yeah.
So all of that is just basically, I said it yesterday. I had smart words yesterday. My smart words are not coming out today. Topsoil.
Yeah.
So that was all basically topsoil.
Topsoil
Years and years ago.
Rocks breaking, rolling over into small pieces, eventually into sand. And if you look at the amount of sand in the riverbeds,
that used to be going up.
Yeah. And it used to be big rocks.
Used to be big rocks.
Yeah.
Wow. And now they're tiny little
sand.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like also now that's obviously the same situation happening over there. Those hills used to be huge.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I looked at it on a map, it's still up. Like
it's
the
still up.
The sea level is still high
than where we are. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you wonder what is on the bottom.
Yeah. I wonder what's underneath us.
So many things. Yeah.
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 Because there's also that conversation. I don't know if I had it with you, if it was one of the other lecturers back in January about no, it had to have been with you about the ferns.
Right.
Like we used to like.
Earth
used to be covered in massive ferns.
And this is where now we mining coal from.
Yeah, but they used to be like huge, right?
They're huge, yeah.
The size of trees, basically.
Yeah.
And then they got covered.
Yeah, it's basically the same principle
to the stones.
Purified wood we're talking about.
Except it had oxygen available to it,
exactly.
So it could decompose and then turn into coal. Yeah. And now we mine for it, basically. Wow. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
If there was an all-day drive that you could do today, or tomorrow, today's already done. But tomorrow, where would you go in the national park?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
So
if you ask me where would I go if I was to take an all-day drive, of course, for the sake of change of scenery, I would go to safe sector, or I would go to northern part around Kaingo, Mwamba, that area.
I have a better question.
Yes.
Same direction.
Yeah.
If you had 1 week where guests asked for an all-day drive every single day for 5 days, I'm talking about a work week, so 5 days. Where would you go each day? I mean, of course, this is torture. As much as we like being in the bush.
Same direction.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Same like thought process. When I say same direction, same thought process.
Okay. But for 5 days.
You have 5 days. Let's say they're merciful and they have a 10-day holiday and they're giving you a break every second day. But where would you take these people every 5 days and they're interested in everything and anything?
Okay, let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
I think as I'm speaking to you, there is no better place in South Luangwa than in Mpamazi area.
Okay.
Okay? So the only thing that would hinder people getting there is the distance.
Okay.
Mpamazi is reaching worldwide.
Okay.
Because it's far away from the airport, it's far away from the main road, and it's far away even from the lodges here to get there. People don't get there. Okay? But if I had a luxury of going out and spend 5 days in the bush, I'll go there.
For all 5 days.
All 5 days.
So there's not like day one I would
No,
do
no,
this,
no.
day two I'd
There's
do.
not like day one I'll go to safe sector. Maybe because I've had too much of it. But what I'm telling you is I will definitely go to Mpamazo.
Yeah. Wow.
Spend all 5 days there.
All of them.
All of them.
No stopping, no.
This is the place. It's hard to describe to you and have a picture.
Yeah.
But this is the place that if I really want, I would take you and just keep parking one spot.
And you wouldn't move.
And you don't have to move.
You just
watch
keep
everything. Scanning and you see animals coming to you.
From like 6 o'clock in the morning to 6.
Zebras, you have big heads of wildebeest, you've got some buffaloes, you've got some giraffes.
Okay, so plan is we pack a cooler box with food, chairs. We just go sit there. No need to move anywhere. Some drinks, chill, relax, and wait.
Only if you need to move.
Only if an elephant comes and decides whatever you've got in your cooler box smells nice.
This is what I'm saying. That place is raw, like still the way it should be.
So that's your perfect game place.
That's my perfect game place. But if I was to drive from here now on a all-day drive, then this is where I have limited time. I will go to safe sector, lion camp, maybe once in more south and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. If you had to alternate places, where would you go? Like, out of curiosity.
Alternate places in 5 days?
You've got 5 places in 5 days.
I definitely only have 3 places in 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Because other places is within the other ones. Okay. So let's say I'm going to lion camp. I'll pass by the main area, stuff like that.
Okay.
But I cannot go to lion camp just because I want to be at Urban Grove.
Okay.
Because I want to be at Urban Grove, but I will be also forced to see other places while I'm there.
Yes.
Okay. So I would make it maybe 3 days that place, 2 days in safe sector. Maybe I'll do 2 days each days and 2 days there, and then take a day on the southern part of the park. But why the northern part is more interesting than the south?
Yeah.
Our park is in habitat is that it's more open on the northern part, and closed on the southern part. So you have very limited open spaces on the southern part, but you have more open spaces on the northern part.
And that's obviously better for walking safari as well.
It's better for walking safari. It's better to see even animals in the distance and stuff like that. Yeah.
I have noticed that. It's a little bit more open.
Yes.
And there is that beautiful forest. There's lovely forests up there as well. Like you mentioned the Ebony Grove. I've never seen the Baobab forest, but it's
beautiful.
It's on the list.
You are in the area and you're just looking at big trees that are all baobabs.
All baobabs.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because there's also the Baobab Valley, which is in Tanzania, and I've gone through that, and that just blew my mind.
Right.
Because just as you go, it's a huge escarpment, and you just drop down because there's a river down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And as you're coming down, all you see is just baobabs, and then you're going around, and every second tree is basically a baobab. So I can imagine that in a forest up here.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's south? What would take you south?
What would take me south? It's got so the few spots that are open, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
For the typical example, if you've been to Chindeni Bush Camp of the Bush Camp Company, they have a beautiful Chindeni Lagoon.
Okay.
And if you are on the western side of that lagoon, you're basically looking at a very beautiful lagoon that is filled with lots of animal species. With the Luangwa River behind the lagoon. And behind the Luangwa River, you have a beautiful vegetation. And then behind that beautiful vegetation, you have the beautiful Chindeni Mountains in the background. So the build-up of this scenery, it's almost impossible to imagine, but it's so beautiful. So such kind of things, I'd definitely take a day for people to enjoy looking at that.
I think a lot of photographers come here with those big, long lenses, like very focal lenses. Like you could, if an elephant was standing in front of you and you took a photo, you could DNA sample it, basically.
Exactly,
But I also think wide lenses is so needed for places like here because
Yes.
you get such amazing scenery.
Yeah.
There's also like sitting on top of, I think it's Chichele Hill.
Chichara Hills, yeah.
And you get to see over the whole
The
valley,
whole valley.
which is crazy. I did a hike up, not Chindeni,
Chindeni?
yeah, Chindeni,
Yeah.
yeah. I did a hike up there, and you just look over and you just see the river
The river
and the
meandering
camps
through, yeah.
and all the other rivers coming in.
Yeah.
You can't get
Some
enough of
stuff.
it. You
Yeah.
can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
All right, which is why we do this for so long.
Right.
That's why you do it for so many years. You've been doing this how long?
Been in the park for 20 years.
20.
Yeah. Good 20 years.
A good 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so you kind of started the same age as me.
Maybe.
Maybe a bit earlier,
A
actually.
bit, yeah.
Because I'm now 25. So plus 20, I would be 45.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just giving away
So
my age
just
here.
a
And
few
giving
years.
away yours
Yeah,
as well,
right.
sorry.
Mathematically, it works, yeah.
Yes, mathematically,
Yeah.
it's around the same time. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna last question.
Okay.
I promise, and then I'll
Right.
let you go. I think I've held on to you for as long as I can. If you was to give, my English. If you were to give,
If I was to give, it's okay. English is a foreign language.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Actually, before my final question, what age did you start learning English? At what age did
Did I
you?
start
Yeah, with
speaking
English. Yeah.
You want to hear the truth?
Yes.
I spoke, up to now, I don't speak very good English.
I think it's
Okay.
great, but yes.
If you listen to me carefully, you'll be able to find lots of mistakes. Okay.
Okay.
But I started speaking very, decent English when I started working.
Mm-hmm. So,
Remember, I told you that I started school at 10.
Yes.
By then, I was infested with local language.
Uh-huh.
That's the biggest disadvantage when you start school older.
Yeah.
Okay? I was infested with local language, and to switch from local language to English was a challenge for me.
Yeah.
So this is what is working perfect now for the young kids because they're going to school
A lot
early
earlier.
and they're learning the language quite early. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I really started speaking good English, like decent English, when I'm already working.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's more because of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And determination, obviously.
Maybe.
And also, I mean, motivation from having to read guiding books,
Of course.
I think is one of those things. I mean, I know, so I don't speak great English either. I mean, I speak good in
Right.
comparison to a lot of people. I
Yeah.
won't take that away from anyone. But if you listen to, like, in school, if I compared my English to a lot of other people's English,
Yeah.
I spoke it deliciously. And I just, yeah, it's not an easy language.
No, it's not.
I find that when I read, it gets better
Right.
than when I don't.
Yeah.
Like, if I just go without reading, like right now, I don't, to admit this to you is probably not really great, but I haven't read a book back to, like, cover to cover since I was in high school.
Right.
Sorry, Cody. My best friend tries to win me over with books. She's like, you should read this. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give that a go. But yeah, in high school, I spoke really good English compared to now.
Okay.
Now I'm just like, as long as you understand me, we're okay.
That's it. It's for communication.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Like, why are we trying to complicate things?
Yeah, I think also the other thing that has helped me lately is the few courses that I'm taking,
Yeah.
they all have communication skills.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you're forced to
I'm forced to
to pick it up more.
learn more of
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Do you know what I want to learn?
What is it?
Kuna.
Right.
Or Nyanja. You know, that's the thing I don't get about this place. Is like one person will be telling me, oh, you're learning this language. And then later on, I'll say the same sentence and they'll be like, oh, you're learning this language. And I'm like, what am I learning?
Yeah. Exactly.
What language am I
What
speaking?
language are you speaking?
And then what I say in this language, if I say it this way to that person, they might take it as this. And I'm like, my dyslexic brain cannot.
Too much for the brain. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I'm dyslexic as well.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that learning disability when it comes to like English and other things. But it. I'm not as bad as some of my family. Being dyslexic, there is that disadvantage. But like I said, I'm not as bad as other people in my family. But I'm not grade 1 English.
Right.
But yes, as we said, it's purely
As
for
long as you're
communication.
able to communicate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an important thing. All right, final question, I promise.
Right. Okay.
For today, for now.
Right.
Because we know Anna's full of questions.
Right.
If you were to give anyone any piece of advice, they're just starting out their career as a guide, and they're just about to become one, or not even at my level thinking about signing up for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. One thing that is straightforward is guiding is a good career.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging, but it's a very good career.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest advice I always give people, it's always difficult to tell someone to be like someone.
Yeah.
So the biggest advice is basically an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting because I've grown up here, of course, local, born and bred. When I was joining industry, it was very difficult to be guide compared to now.
Yeah.
And guides were known in the valley. Guides are known, and unfortunately, not for good things. Okay.
Okay.
And every time I'm talking to the new guides, this is a topic that I don't hide.
Mm-hmm.
So guides are known as people that are very proud. Guides are known as people that are also very like they put themselves as the special people. Okay. Now this is where it's very negative because I strongly feel as a guide we should be ambassadors of the community.
Yeah.
And we should portray what our people have.
Yeah.
And normally, if you look around, people are very good people.
Yeah.
The community around South Luangwa, they're genuinely good people.
Yeah.
But this trend came about because guides were people that were better than most of the people in the community.
Yeah.
So they started like segregating themselves, making these small pockets of lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Where, for example, if there's a funeral, you'll find that everyone will mingle with anyone, apart from guides who sit on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, this is a typical example that I always use. You don't have to be like that because being a guide is just a title.
Yeah.
Because there is nowhere in the world where you go and see the doctors sitting on their own as doctors, unless they've gone for the doctors' meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're basically people like any other people. But why am I saying this? Is what is more important is to have an attitude, the heart of being an ambassador of the people, the heart of being an ambassador for the animals, the heart of portraying the picture of you being you as a person, not you as a guide everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this also relates even at work. When you become a guide, you automatically jump a step above most of the workers.
Yeah, especially in an industry like here.
Like here, yeah. So again, you find that some guides try so hard to make themselves so special. I'm not saying this as a critic, but you asked me to give an advice.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So, like a lot of guides can be very big-headed because
Exactly.
they're guides.
Exactly. So
yeah,
a good guide, genuinely good guide, should be all-rounded guide.
Yeah.
People's guide, people's person,
Yes.
animals person, but it should be also a very social animal. It should be able to blend in any kind of environment.
With anyone.
Be able to be adjustable at any time because learning as a guide never ends.
Yeah.
You're learning from the bush every day, but it should be the same, learning from people every day.
Yeah. Well,
and
your example was the petrified forest.
Exactly.
You learned from someone else.
Yeah. So attitude as a guide is a big thing.
Yeah.
Your picture that you portray is cardinal. And you might have a very good qualification, but if you have a very bad reputation, then you're not going to enjoy a guiding career.
No.
Yeah. you should be a guide, and then people should be willing to work with you at
Yeah.
all cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that nugget of knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said one question.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's another one.
It led me to
maybe
another
you did
one.
not mean it, but okay.
No, it led me to another one. It
Okay,
led me
which
to
is
another.
right.
So that's advice I would ask you if you just freshly someone asked you for advice. That's what you would tell them.
Yeah, that's what I would tell them. Now, if I was giving you this advice,
I was going to ask.
All right.
If, because you know me.
Yes.
As
Exactly.
a person, you've known me for a while.
Yeah.
You've taught me. You've seen my work. You've seen who I am through my work.
Exactly.
If you were to tailor advice to
For
me,
you, exactly, personally, personal advice.
Yeah.
So the time I've been with you, I think I knew more about you from last year to date.
Yeah.
I think I have no issue with everything that I've talked about here. The biggest advice then it would be the opposite. Generally, when a young person coming into career, there are lots of people that think you might not do it, and they will have negative effects on your career path. But then you need focus. And the focus for you, I don't think is a problem because you're so determined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would only say keep it up and continue doing what you're doing. That's it.
That's all.
That's all.
There's no other.
No, there's no any other thing.
No criticism.
No criticism. You know, most of these things, even me, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm perfect.
No.
There are some
no
things that I do and learn from because I've done it. So some things that I'll do, and then after going through it, I was thinking, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done like that.
Yeah.
So it becomes a problem if you're just too much big-headed and you think you cannot make a mistake and no one can control you.
Yeah.
Then guiding is not yours. But if you're flexible enough and you are able to cope up with the other things going around, you can suit anywhere, then guiding is for you. Because guiding is quite challenging. You're meeting tons of different people. Some of them good career, some of them with more knowledge than you. Even in the bush, they'll have more knowledge in the bush than you. And if you think you are better than everyone, then you have a problem. All those things comes in play.
Yeah.
So flexibility, adaptability, and everything that is, it's a full package being a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very personality based as well.
Exactly.
That's something else I've learned is like you either have it or you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a proper art.
Yeah.
You cannot be like me.
No.
You have to be the best of yourself.
Exactly.
And
I can
only
learn
the best way
from
you can do it as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only learn from you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Any questions yourself? No. I've asked you a lot.
You did have asked a lot of questions.
I think it's.
But in the next episode, I'll ask you lots of questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Next episode, it's
you'll ask questions.
Tell your friend I'm coming with lots of questions for her.
Oof. Okay.
Because she sent the questions for me, right?
Yeah, but I said that there's like a few left, and
It's okay. You did ask me her questions, so next it's me asking the questions.
I'll let her know.
Right.
I'll warn her. I'll be like, this man has brought a lot,
right.
and is bringing.
Okay.
Thanks, Kelvin.
Welcome.
That was really, really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I appreciate that you thought of having me. I hope
Honestly,
it does some kind of put an impact on you and everyone listening to this. Yeah. But this is what we live for. If we can make a small effort or small impact in someone's life, or one way or the other, then that means we are pushing the world somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not that we're making the world instantly change, but
something
small difference is better than nothing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something I picked up from my old job is they had these like 6 things that they would say regularly. And they were very simplified. They
Right.
weren't like overly complicated. This is what we want for our company, blah, blah, blah. And the one is, and it's a big one, is changing people's lives.
Right.
And I think as guides, it's definitely something we do.
Right.
Like, and that's something I aim for. It's like, I don't want someone to come onto a game drive with me and then leave here
Empty.
the same person.
Yeah.
Like, I want what I show you and how you experience everything with me to change you, to impact you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I want. And I hope that this impacts you as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting.
And hopefully one day we get to like millions and millions of followers and they get to learn who you are.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And by then, hopefully all your online classes will be ready for them.
Ready for them so they can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is my prayer that one day, especially the school that is there up and running, people can come and use the space.
Yeah.
And have some resources for them, like books, and people can come and read. And if there's somewhere they don't understand, then I'm there to help interpret.
Yeah.
That's a big dream, but it's a step after step.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, I've seen the building.
Yeah.
It's up.
Of course.
Just needed a roof.
It just needs a roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe one day I'll teach there.
Exactly.
Who knows, maybe I'll follow your footsteps.
Yeah.
Step by step.
Step by step.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Kelvin. It was a pleasure having you.
Alice. Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was. It was.
Great.
For the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.